Hi everyone. In this video we're going to look at how to make piece number 2 on our gumball machine. This includes a groove cut out of the back of piece 2 for those dowels to fit in, as well as a slide for the gumballs to shoot down. So I'm going to open up the Workspace app. I've already opened Inventor inside of here, and I'm going to create a new standard IPT. Once this loads up, we are going to start a 2D sketch on the XY plane like we've been doing. We're going to grab a 2-point rectangle, same beginning steps, and we're going to start at the origin and move our mouse into the upper right. So our part needs to be 5 inches wide and 0.75 inches tall. Grabbing my keyboard, I'm going to put in 5, then I'm going to hit the tab key, and I'm going to type in 0.75. Now I can hit return, drop my keyboard, drop my tool with escape, and go to the front view just to verify that we can see everything. 5 by 0.75, good to go. We're ready to finish our sketch with the green check mark. Look at our home view so that we can see everything. And we're going to extrude this 4 inches, just like we've done with all of the other parts, going in direction 2, changing the distance to 4. Okay. Go into my home view here. Before we move on to any of the features, we want to save this. So we're going to come up to the orange file. We're going to go Save As. Double check you're going into your H drive, gray with the green symbol. And then for the part name, this is going to be Gumball Piece 2. Gumball Piece 2 into our H drive. I can go ahead and click Save. And now every time we quick save, it's always going to go to that location. So we're going to start with the groove. We're going to put the groove right here. So we're going to start a 2D sketch on the top of our part. I click on the top face. I'm going to come to my top view. We're going to draw a 2-point rectangle, and we need to be very careful where we put our first point. When I grab the 2-point rectangle and I click, I now have that tool in my hand. I need my first point to be on this line over here, but I need to be very careful that I don't select the green dot. I don't want it attached to the midpoint. I just want it attached to the line. So somewhere about where I'm at right now, I'm going to click once to place one corner. I'm going to move my mouse up and to the left. So now we have to put in our distances for this groove. So our groove is 2¼ inches deep, 2.25, 2.25. I'm going to use the tab key to switch to the height of the groove. And I'm actually going to pinch so that you can see. Now that we're on the height, we are going to put in 1/2 inch, which is 0.5. 0.5. Now that we have the width, we have the height, we can hit return. So our groove, or our rectangle looks good. It's connected to the side of our piece here. We just need to locate it up and down right now. So I'm going to grab my dimension tool, and I'm going to dimension from the bottom of this rectangle, 1 click, to the bottom of my part, 2 clicks, and I'm going to put this dimension off my part and between the arrows, 3 clicks. So this needs to be 1.75 inches from the edge. 1.75, and I can hit return. Alrighty. That is the groove that we need to cut out on the bandsaw. Looks good, so let's cut it in Inventor. We're going to go to our green check mark to finish our sketch. Home view if you need to. We're going to grab the extrude tool. We're going to tell this to cut through all. So we're going to come into the cut symbol, and we're going to change the distance to be through all. Looks pretty good. Move my keyboard out of the way. Down here I can click OK, and we've cut our groove out. Next up, before we do the slide, we want to put all of our chamfers around the edges. So I'm going to grab my chamfer tool and change the distance on the chamfer to 0.25. And now I want to chamfer all of the top edges and all of the bottom edges. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All of the top edges. I'm going to come and hit apply. And then I'm going to move my chamfer box out of the way a bit so that I can go to my navigation cube and click on the bottom. So we need to do the same thing now. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to hit apply. Now that I've done every edge that I need for the chamfer and I've applied them, I can hit cancel and come back to my home view so that I can see my part. Okay, we don't want to lose this, so let's come up to the save icon up here. Click the save icon and it'll automatically save it to that location you created. We're ready to try to cut out the slide now. To do this, we need to turn our view. So from the navigation cube, I need to grab one of the back corners on that cube so that the whole part spins, because we want to draw on this face right here. So we're going to start a 2D sketch. Needs to know where. So I'm going to select that little face on the end. And I'm going to come and click on the word left so it's nice and centered. Okay, we are going to take a line. The line tool needs 2 points to it. We're going to select the first point and then we're going to tell it exactly how long to be. So watch carefully. When I bring my line tool, I want to come into this line right here as shown, and I want to find that green dot that says I'm right in the middle of that line. That's where I need to start my line. So one click. Now I need my line to go straight up. So I'm going to move my mouse and I'm going to carefully turn this until it snaps to 90 degrees. So I want that to be straight up before I try and type in a distance. Now that it knows to be at 90 degrees, I'm going to come into my keyboard and I'm going to make my distance 3 inches. 3, and then I can hit return. Okay, I want to drop my tool so I can show you something. So I need to find my escape key. By selecting the beginning of the point, making sure it was at 90 and coming up 3 inches, we now have a very specific spot that we need for the center of our circle. So I'm going to grab my center point circle tool. The center of the circle needs to be attached to the top of this line. Once it's green at the top, you can click. And then I need to bring this all the way down to the bottom of that line. So move your mouse down, 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 down until it attaches to the bottom of that line, and you can click. So now we have the rough shape of our slide, and we're going to do a special type of extrude with this shape. So I'm going to drop my tool. We're ready to finish our sketch. We are going to extrude this. So I come to my extrude tool. We're going to tell it to cut. We're going to tell it to cut through all. Looking a little weird right now, but we're going to give this a special taper. So you need to make sure these advanced properties are showing. I'm not sure if yours are going to be collapsed or expanded. We need that taper right here. And we're going to put in a negative taper on this. So from my keyboard, I want to put in negative 10.5. So instead of cutting straight back, we are going to be cutting up at a taper, negative 10.5. So we've told this to cut, we've told it to cut through all, and we've told it to cut at a taper of negative 10.5. We can come in and click OK. We now have the shoot that we need. So let's come up and do a quick save. And I'm going to come to my home view again. Last but not least, let's pick some sort of wood for this. Maybe make it a new one than you've been using. So from the top, we're going to drop down our default. Looking through here, I see birch. I'm going to try birch for this. I like it. Before we leave here, we want to make sure that we save our part. We now have part 2 located in our H drive. It's got the groove in the back. It's got the slide in the front. It's all saved, and we're done with this video. Good job, everyone.